I call upon the spirit of the owl, messenger of wisdom. Welcome to the Temple of the Owl. Merry me, I am your host, Matt Tsao, and I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Wherever you are listening, I know that I am spreading some positivity your way. This is episode 5, the Celestine Prophecy book review, and it's my first ever book review, so I hope you guys enjoy it. Coming at you from the Temple of the Owl, located deep in the forests of Northern California. Thank you for listening to the Temple of the Owl on Spotify, and also special thank you if you're listening on the Troubled Minds Radio Network. Please visit troubledminds.org, and I personally invite you to join our conversations on that show with Michael Strange. Also follow my friend Rohan of the Exiled Minds podcast on YouTube, and I would like to thank both of those gentlemen for producing this show. Now, if you're here strictly for the book review, I apologize. I'm going to ramble a little bit at the beginning and about the book and then give a summary. I wanted to do book reviews because I know that everyone doesn't have time to sit and read a book. So I understand how important book reviews and audiobooks are. This book is highly recommended by me, one of my favorite books, and anyone with a troubled mind. I recommend to take some time to read this book. Rent it from the library or listen to the audiobook for free on YouTube. There is a movie about this book, but so if you don't want to read it, but as always, the movie is not as deep as the book. There are 3 sequels that continue the story, and I will be doing book reviews on those in the future. There is also a meditation CD that teaches the prophecies. The Celestine Prophecy is written by James Redfield. These meditations are made by James's wife, Sally Redfield. But I don't recommend using the meditation CD until you read the 3rd book in the series. I always like to start this show with the MOD, or the message of the day. And it's a quote I find that sets up the show and talks about the subject. And since this is a book review on the Celestine Prophecies by James Redfield, the MOD comes from the author. And today's MOD is: I don't think that anything happens by coincidence. No one is here by accident. Everyone who crosses our path has a message for us. Otherwise, they would have taken a different path, or left earlier or later. The fact that these people are here means that they are here for some reason. And that kind of sums up the book, talking about the synchronicities of when people meet and how and when they come into our lives. Have you ever thought about someone and then they called or talked about someone and then you ran into them at the store? These deja vus, these what we call coincidences. This is one of the main themes of the book. And I want to share not only the importance of the book to me and how it helped me in my own spiritual journey, but also how I found the book. Now, in my journey, I have been learning and practicing the religion of witchcraft, and I have always practiced solitaire, meaning play solitaire by yourself. Up until I was older, and I found like-minded people to do group magic with, and I met a lot of interesting and amazing people. And And I met this couple, and they were looking to add new members to their coven, and I agreed and was initiated in. I had to do homework and attend and teach lessons. I had to read the material on a reading list, which I kind of figured it would be like 101 stuff I already knew. But it wasn't. It was this book, Celestine Prophecies. Now, this book is a fictional journey, and I fell in love with it. And you could take this book two different ways. You can see it as a fictional story of one person's spiritual journey, or you could see it as a manuscript to help you on your own spiritual journey, a self-help book, if you will. You start to see all the syncs from the main character and how you could take and learn from them and add these lessons to your own life. At the time, I took the book very seriously, and I applied these lessons I learned to my own life, and I started seeing a lot of positive changes. Like, I was in the right place at the right time a lot more, and I met people at the right time that needed to help me or tell me what I needed to hear. And I understood how things that happened to me the way they did. I became more spiritually aware of myself, and I felt a lot more connected to the universe. And that's also why I recommend this book so much to people. It's not only is it a great epic story and adventure, but it explores things that you can apply to your own life and help you on your own spiritual journey. So let's talk about the Celestine Prophecy. It is a novel written by James Redfield, first published in 1993. It's a spiritual and adventure-oriented book that falls into the genre of New Age fiction. The novel became immensely popular and is often considered a part of a New Age movement due to its exploration of spiritual concepts and personal growth. The story follows the journey of the protagonist, an unnamed character, as he embarks on a quest to find a series of 9 ancient manuscripts containing insights about life, spirituality, and human evolution. These manuscripts, known as the Celestine Prophecy, reveal a set of insights and principles that are meant to guide individuals toward a deeper understanding of themselves, others, and the world around them. Throughout the book, the protagonist encounters various characters and experiences that lead him to discover each of the 9 insights. These insights cover a wide range of topics, including synchronicity, energy dynamics, the interconnectedness of all life, and the evolution of human consciousness. The novel blends adventure and spirituality, weaving a narrative that combines personal growth with a sense of mystery and intrigue. As the protagonist gains each insight, he becomes more attuned to the spiritual aspects of reality and learns to see the underlying patterns that connect all experiences. The Celestine Prophecy gained attention for its unique approach to exploring spiritual concepts within the framework of a fictional story. It sparked discussions about synchronicity, personal transformation, and the potential for a deeper connection to the universe. Now, this is my basic summary of the book, and it contains some minor and some major spoilers, so you have been warned. The story begins with our protagonist. He has been living his life looking for answers about the universe. He has been working all kinds of odd jobs, but never really satisfied with his life choices or where to go or what to do next with his life. His grandfather had left him a lake house where he would retire and relax to contemplate the universe and the meaning of life. One day, he gets a phone call from an old friend, Charlene. He had a crush on her in college, but he never made a move. She tells him she has a layover from her flight and had time to have dinner. He agreed and meets her at a restaurant. At dinner, she brings up the conversation about these ancient prophecies that are being uncovered in the ruins of a city in Peru. She tells him about these prophecies. They are supposed to be coming true now. They were written by a prophet named Celestine and found buried under the altars in the Celestine ruins. There are 8 prophecies total that are being translated to English. Each person needs to understand the first prophecy in order to gain insights for the next. Some people are just now finding out about them, and others are working on the 8th prophecy. She talks about the first prophecy and how mankind is waking up, realizing that we can't just keep living this way we are living now. We are destroying the planet, and it feels like we cannot do anything about it. But we know we can't keep living this way, driving our cars and polluting the land. It's not sustainable for humans on the earth, and we need to evolve to the next step of consciousness in order to prevail. It is a critical mass for the awakening. The second insight is about humans learning how to follow their synchronizations. By following the path of these odd experiences we call coincidences, everyone you meet has something to teach you, and you have to teach them something. If a person stops and asks questions about the circumstance, instead of just shrugging it off as a coincidence, the more questions you ask about why is this happening to me, the more you will follow the sync, and it leads you to the next situation for you to follow the next synchronization. And a more awakened person attracts people to help awaken them, and so on. At first, he thinks it's foolish, but he is interested. Charlene invites him to Peru to study the prophecies. As she gets ready to leave and board the plane, they notice someone is following her, and a mysterious man steals her briefcase. Our hero goes home, pondering if he should drop everything in his life to follow this lead in Peru. Through a series of synchronic events, he gets a plane ticket and boards his flight to Peru. On the plane, he meets different people who are also looking and working on the prophecies. They are all on different points of discovering the insights. When he lands, he finds out that there is a civil war going on, and that the military is working with the church. The church does not want this information of the prophecies to be public to the people. They fear the information in these prophecies are a danger to Christianity because they teach people that they are their own gods and that you don't need to go to church and pay money for God to accept them. There are less people showing up to church every Sunday. The church works with the military to silence and stop people from finding and translating the prophecies. The main character meets a man named Will while they are running from the army. They decide to help each other. Will is working on the 8th prophecy, and he decides to help our hero understand the insights as he comes across them. They end up at a mission with monks and priests, seeking and translating the prophecies. He meets other people working to understand them. He meets monks that are working on these gardens. Some gardens are meditated on at certain times of day. The gardens are all the same, but there is some that have had no meditations, and they have weak or a small garden. But the ones that are meditated on with are full of ripe and juicy fruit and vegetables. The third insight is about putting energy into things and sending and receiving energy. He begins to eat only the fruit and vegetables that have been meditated on, and drinking only the clean water. He finds himself following more and more synchronicities, leading him the right way, and meeting people at the right place at the right time. He learns how to see and feel auras from the monks. And that is why this book is so important to me, guys. It explains auras in this book. The fourth insight is about the struggle for power, as we try to control each other and push and pull our energy onto people as we try to get our way. Every interaction with someone is a battle of supremacy for our power. The army comes to take down the mission and starts to arrest people working on the prophecies. Our hero and Will escape and find themselves running through the jungle, being chased by soldiers. The soldiers begin to shoot civilians as they run away. He is separated from Will and finds himself at a dead end of a cliff. The soldier following him is about to shoot him, and he surrenders as he thinks he is about to die. But he doesn't. He begins to see the creation of life. He understands. He sees everything that happened from the Big Bang in a flash. Suddenly, the soldier walking past him doesn't even see him. He is invisible to him. The fifth insight is about the mystics from all religions telling us we are all one. He escapes and meets up with some survivors of the raid. He begins to learn about the next insights as he learns them. He learns how people exchange energy, because we don't get all of our energy we need from food, water, and the sun. We steal people's energy as we interact with them. There are 4 ways to steal energy from people, and they're called control dramas. Each control drama shows us how we steal energy from people around us without even noticing it. The point is to break free of these control dramas by finding out our parents, what they were, and then break the cycle from the next generation of our kids, so we don't keep repeating these patterns in order to break through to the next insights. Some people steal energy aggressively, and some do it passively. Sometimes people bully or intimidate their victims into giving them their energy. And some people trick others into giving them their energy by acting like a poor me. We all battle for energy from each other every time we interact with someone. Our hero follows his synchronicities and insights and meets other people trying to translate the insights. He meets a priest of the church, hell-bent on destroying the prophecies and everyone involved. He doesn't understand the difference between religion and spirituality. Our hero and others try to convince him that it's necessary for everyone to evolve and grow spiritually on their own with the messages from the prophecies. The seventh insight is about following the syncs and staying in the flow to connect with other people and knowing what part of you play in each situation. He realizes he's not supposed to change the priest's beliefs, but only to delay him from killing his friends. Meanwhile, Will finds the eighth prophecy and interprets it, only to realize that there is a ninth insight hidden deeper in the Celestine ruins. The main character meets up with Will and the others at the ruins, but they are being chased by soldiers. They realize what part they have to play in each other's lives and focus on the love and beauty of each other. They begin to vibrate higher. They realize they can bring heaven to earth, and the ninth prophecy lies in heaven. The ninth insight is about learning to connect our spirituality with other people, creating a chain of energy to lift each other up. Our hero goes back to America with a new meaning of life and following the syncs on to the next adventure. That's when he discovers that both Will and Charlene are missing. The next book of the series is called The 10th Insight. And I love that story. It got action, it's got adventure, it's got great characters, and it also can help you with your spiritual path. James Redfield, wrote all these books and really good author. I do highly recommend this book and look forward to doing reviews on the sequels in the future. Well, I hope you guys enjoy these book reviews. Well, thank you for listening. That's all the time we got for now. I hope you guys enjoy these, and thank you for listening at the Temple of the Owl. And also thank you for listening on the Troubled Minds Radio Network, KUAP Digital Broadcasting. I'll see you guys next time at the temple. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. This is Matt Zhao. Blessed be.